Hey everyone, in this session we are going to talk about how we can develop Teams meeting attendance report in Power BI. In my earlier session, we have talked about how we can configure our Power BI template to direct use this report. This video is specifically targeted for developers who wanted to know how I built this logic and how everything will work here. So let me explain this thing to you step by step. We all know how we can download the meeting attendance report from Microsoft Teams. If you don't know, please visit my previous video. The links are available in the description box. Once we download our Teams meeting attendance report, it will look like this. Here I told like we need to add one manual entry for the organizer because this attendance report is generated before organizer is ending his call. So one manual entry for organizer's end time we need to add. So here Dhruvin is an organizer. So I added my meeting call was 7 to 8 a.m. So Dhruvin has ended the call at 8 a.m. So I added one manual entry over here. Right now we need to load this file to Power BI. For that, what you need to do is you just need to use a connection. Just click on home. From home, click on get data. Now from here select text CSV. Just select your file. So once you select this file, it will load the CSV data in Power BI. Just click on transform data. So it will open Power Query window for us. And you can see that this type of data has been loaded successfully over here. As you can see, we have this type of data loaded from CSV. Now here we need to do one thing. Let's say for an example, if Dhruvin has joined at this time where he has left, we need to find out that time and represent it to the same row, right? Same way, we need to match for each individual pair over here. So first of all, let me sort by name here and then sort by timestamp. So what happened here is we would be having each individual pairs like this. Adel join, Adel left, Adel join, Adel left, join left, join left. So each individual pair is available over here. Now we need to do one more thing. Once we perform this step, we need to add one index column over here. So to add the index column, just click on add column and click on from 0. So this will add one index column over here. Now what we need to do here is, now let's say for this pair Adel joined at this time and left on this 7-9. So I need this time in the first row. For that I need to create one conditional column over here. So let me show you that conditional column. So for that, just go to add column and click on custom column. So I added the same one. If user action is equal to join, then index plus one's timestamp, else timestamp. Yes, so this type of custom column has been created. After that, we need to filter and remove all the left options. So once we do that, what will happen? We will be having only joined action over here and we will having start time and end time for each individual row. Now let's just rename this column as end time. So this will look like this. Now we need to find out the difference between these two columns, start time and end time. So that is how we will get the duration in the minute, that how long they stay in the call. So we just need to add one custom column over here and the formula is duration dot total minutes end time minus start time. It is simple. Same way, once we do that, it will add this duration into minutes like this. So we are getting the duration for each individual row in minutes. Same way, if we want that thing into hours, we need to add a column like this, duration dot hour, and inside that end time minus start time. So it will give us the time in hours. Now we need to do one more thing. Now here you can see that my indexing is becoming like this. Now I want to re-index this thing. For that I am just adding new index column again because once we load this data, I need to do one more action over here. The action is that I want to calculate the break time. For that, what I need to do here is, for each individual row I need to find another row's start time. so that I can calculate, like let's say Adel joined at this time and ended at this time, so he rejoined at 7:09 again. So how much interval there is still there, which will consider as a break time for Adel. So for that I need indexing, so I am just adding one more index column over here like this, right? Now let me reconstruct the name new index. Then as I told you, we need to add a custom column for hours, because this difference is in minutes, but sometimes we need the difference in hour as well, so we can add hour column. And after that we just need to change the type of the column. End time is in the text column, so I just converted it to date time. And at last let's rename that column, right? So this is how our Power Query operation has been worked. And don't worry, I provided this file in the description box, so you can directly download that file from there. One more thing, from here once you click on advanced editor, you will be getting each individual formula over here, so don't worry about this thing, you will be get, just try to focus on explanation, right? Click on close and apply. So this will load data here. Now we need to create some measures and calculated columns over here. Now let me explain you which are the columns that I need here. Let's say this is the data that we have loaded here. Now for each individual resource we have start time and end time. Now I need the next start time if the user has joined multiple times the call. Let's say in this case Adel joined 3 times. So I need to calculate like what would be the next time he has joined, so that I can calculate the break time in between them. For that I need to use one formula. For next start time I use this formula. Let me show you this formula. I used lookup column formula for that, in which I have a simplest logic where I am checking that if this name is available to his next row, then its start time I need to consider as first row's next start time. So let's consider in this case I got Adel, and in second row if there is a name Adel, then 7:9:31 is considered as next start time. Same way for second row, for Adel, if I found the another Adel for the same candidate, then this start time is considered as next start time. Now for the last row, I did not find next row as Adel, I found it as Dhruvin. That means that this is the last time when Adel has joined. This is the last pair of Adel, so it will be considered as blank. So I have this logic. If current row's full name is equal to next row's full name, for that I use lookup, and next row is considered with the new index 0 1, so next row is 1 2 3, right? Then lookup value is equal to start time, I consider as a next start time over here, right? So this is the condition, right? Then after I used a formula to calculate the break time. So break time formula is end time minus next start time. In second I'm getting, so I converted it to minutes like this, right? So this is how we calculated few formulas. Now here we need to represent some average time during the call. So what is the formula? It is total hours of attended call, means total, let's say if I want to calculate average time of break, so total hours in break minutes divided by total number of attendees, that is 7, so distinct count of full name, so it is considered as average break time. Then average time during the call, that is the sum of total time in minutes divided by distinct count of attendees, right? And number of time disconnected, which means that like let's say for an example, I am getting 3 counts of Idle. So one time obviously every user will join, but 2 more times he has disconnected, so Idle's total count minus its distinct count is considered as a number of times disconnected. So I just use this formula. Don't worry, the link of this report is available in the description box. You can directly download it from there and explore everything over there. One more thing, whatever I represented in the graphical format, how it is useful for end user's perspective, I explained in my previous session. So just go there and check out like which are the graph is useful for which thing, how drill through is working, how tabular view is working over there. So every information is available there, right? And one more thing, for end user, if you are not developer and if you just want to utilize this report, I made its template. So you just need to add your file path over there, and this beautiful report will be generated for you automatically. To see how to do that configuration, I explained in my previous video, so just go for that video, right? So hope this is clear for you now. You understand how I developed this report. If you are for the first time to my channel, make sure you hit subscribe and press the bell notification to never miss any updates from my channel. Stay connected with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter and WhatsApp. If you wish to receive daily notification from my channel, just click on this link. It will be redirecting you to this form. Fill the form and you will be receiving daily notification on your WhatsApp number. Stay connected with me. Have a great day. Goodbye.